It's been over 4 years since the original launch of Grand Theft Auto 5, but that hasn't stopped the game from appearing in top 10 sales charts pretty consistently for the past 50 months.
With Grand Theft Auto Online, Rockstar Games is looking to bring the heart of the Grand Theft Auto experience to a living online world with multiple players. Just what you choose to do in that world is up to you.
So what is it about this game that keeps people coming back to Los Santos each and every month? To find out, we went to talk to one of the game's most infamous crews, a bunch of folks who've been playing the game since day one, a bunch of folks down south who like to call themselves Hillbilly Agenda. Hello folks and welcome to Knoxville, Tennessee. What are we doing in Knoxville, Tennessee? Outside this beautiful house with all these gorgeous looking cars. We're here to talk to some people about Grand Theft Auto Online. Not just anyone either, not the developers like we usually do, not marketing people. No, we're here to talk to a bunch of players. In fact, perhaps the most hardcore players of Grand Theft Auto Online you've ever heard of.
Hillbilly Agenda, known as H-Bag on Rockstar Social Club, are a group of die-hard GTA Online players who take their crew affiliation to a whole new level. Sure, they play the game together a few times a week, but the connections they've made online have transcended the game. They're friends, a family of online misfits who travel thousands of miles each and every year to get together for a huge crew party. And that's why we're here.
And it's not just like a couple of people who turn up here either, it's like 40 people. In fact, we've tried to do this intro like 5 times, but cars keep pulling in.
What's the purpose of this trip? To learn what it is about GTA Online that keeps this crew together, and to shine a light on how online gaming communities can be a source of connectivity, and not just a source of, well, you know, racist teenagers.
We're also gonna eat a lot of meat.
Barbecue ribs.
And drink some beer. And apparently we're also going on some boats tomorrow. So you may not ever see this footage, but we probably had a good time.
Yes, so you're going straight for the bag? Yes, sir, I am. Good job.
Wow, Roach is fun.
Oh my God.
And they like rush and there's like 4 of them coming around.
Yeah, I turned right into them. Sons of bitches.
For the purpose of our little name bars at the bottom, what is your name and what are we talking about here?
Now, are we going with my real name or my street name?
That's up for you. What's your street name?
I'm Knox Nerd.
Knox Nerd.
Yeah, right.
That's because of where we are, right?
Right, in Knoxville, and I do IT consult in real life, so I'm a nerd. So,
Works
you know,
out.
it's not, you can't just pick anybody off the street and call them a nerd. They have to earn it. It's a hard title to earn.
That's a good point.
So, but in real life, my name is Warren Scott.
You're ex-Navy as well, right?
Right, I did 10 years in the Navy.
Yeah. Where were you stationed, or where did you?
I was stationed in Connecticut, and that's where my son was born. And then I went down to Key West for 3 years, pretty rough shore duty down there. Right. And then I went up to Hampton, Virginia, and Norfolk, Virginia, and I did 3 carriers. I did the Eisenhower, and John C. Stennis was a new commission, and the Enterprise.
All right.
So I did 3 carriers, did my med cruises and stuff. It was
Oh
really
yeah,
great.
Over to the Mediterranean for
yeah.
every 6 months or whatever.
Yeah, I'd go for 6, come back for a year, so I'd go back out. It was a blast.
Warren is a person who likes meeting new people. He hasn't a bashful bone in his body, so when he returned to civilian life, he decided to combine his love of computers and entertaining people.
I partnered with this guy and we put together this 3,000 square foot place called Cyber Sports.
Right.
And this was like right when, dial-up was still, 64K was good. So we put in like 32 computers. We put like 8 machines networked together, the Frag Arena. We had like Quake, Doom, Unreal Tournament, those games. And we had like 8 machines all networked together for black lights and fog machines. And we just made it where it's Cyber Sports. You just come in and do that. So we did that for a while. But then right around 6 months in, then High Speed comes out. Then we're kind of like the mom and pop video store. Now everybody's getting DVDs.
Warren liked to play video games, mostly on his PC. That was until his brother in Miami told him about Red Dead Redemption Online. Warren bought an Xbox 360 and the two boys used the game as a way of keeping in touch. Soon enough, their third brother entered the fold. So when a few years passed and Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, they were ready to make the transition.
Well, my brother in Miami, he said, hey, you need to go to Social Club, set up an account, and we need to make a crew. And I'm like, well, what's a crew? So I start going on Social Club and looking at it and see what it is. So I know I've got a 2-week time period before it launches because I want to be live on day 1. And so, September 30th, I, landed on Hillbilly Agenda, and October 1st, we've been rolling ever since. Turned into where it's a social platform for me to play a game and hang out with my brother that I never get to see. So we had a bunch of guys from England and we had a guy in Norway, and I think we probably had 20 something, but then the next gen came out. And they ended up staying with Xbox and we went to PS4. So I think we had 7 of us stayed, and we all actually went and bought PS4s just to play GTA. Our motto is quality first, not quantity. We don't care how well you can manipulate the controller of a game. We want a good person. If I don't want to meet you in real life, you're not part of our crew, because we're not just about a game.
I got the whole crew with me today.
The whole crew.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You gotta check the cake. Check the cake. How are you?
What's up,
baby? What's up, bro? How are you?
That's what he said.
Hey, I need to get you
yesterday.
cups and your glasses.
My wife or saw my wife.
Did you see all that pork?
No, I haven't seen
Look,
it yet.
this is off of that pork shoulder from that hog he killed.
Tell the hog story.
All right, so it was Knock 'em Dead. He's the undercover narcotics officer.
Yeah.
And he's got a buddy of his that has a big farm. And I guess he had a domestic hog that got loose.
Okay.
And so after it's been loose for like a while, I guess they call it, what is it called, feral? It goes feral? They went feral, so it kind of gets wild again. So the guy, he calls up Brad and says, hey, this thing's just chasing me around on my tractor and all that. He said, if you can come up and kill it, you can just have it. He's like, oh yeah, sure. He goes, how big is it? He said, it's about 200 pounds. So, so he goes, well, heck, I got my pistol with me. I'll just shoot him with my pistol. So he gets up there and he said, this thing comes running at me. He's like, holy shit. And he gets his pistol and right when he runs by, he shoots him right between the eyes. And he goes, the hog was like, oh, it's on. He said he was so pissed. He had to shoot him 7 times in the head to take him down. And where's that picture at? We had a picture. So Sort he's our smoker chef. So Brad gave him the shoulder, which was a 30-pound shoulder he smoked. And then he also smoked for us. We went and got some ribs.
Oh my goodness.
Smoked ribs. And he smoked a whole bunch of sausages.
As people file into the party, I asked them about how they got involved in HBAG, and what surprised me is just how varied their stories were. Some of them just came across Warren and his brother online. Others came across Warren in real life or at his IT store where he fixes computers.
The first time I met Ice, he comes into my shop and he sees I've got Grand Theft Auto stickers everywhere and Rockstar emblems, and he's like, you play Grand Theft Auto? I'm like, oh yeah, a little bit. And so we start talking. He goes, well, I just got it. I said, we got to play. I said, you really not kind of talk about the crew. And he's like, I can tell we're gonna be really good friends for a long time.
Right.
And once he comes on, then he'll start, and he's a special investigations unit. And they basically hunt down the criminals. If you have warrants on you and you're on their blacklist, they will find you.
Right.
So they hunt these guys down, and he's got his guys. So he starts bringing his guys in, and they're all buying PlayStations and Grand Theft Auto. And I think now we're probably up to about 8 cops. So if you're speeding through Knoxville, just let me know. Don't worry about it. We'll get it taken care of. Yeah, they're all plain clothes, unmarked cars.
Right.
You know, but they go through a lot of cars because they're the ones that, like, if you're running from, they will ram you off the road. They're gonna stop you.
That's basically my relaxed time.
Right.
So, especially everything, of course, you know, that we go through. So,
Right.
yeah, it's nothing but relaxed time for me.
For sure. Which is saying something, because it's not exactly the most relaxing game in the world, right?
Right.
You could play Madden or like.
No Madden.
Oh, wait, this is funny. This is funny, right? So we get online one night, and Ice is like, hey, what are we gonna do? I said, hey, look, let's go over to Sandy Shores. Let's bust up some meth heads and take their bikes. Because we were wanting to all get bikes so we could all have the same bikes. He goes, hey, we did that today.
Would you? I mean, you've got like drug busting cops on your crew, but you've also got guys with 420 in their name.
Well, yeah, they're the little fish. They're not looking for the little fish.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think in our whole crew that I'm aware of, I think we've got probably 3 weed smokers. And all because, you know, 420 in your name's a dead giveaway. And if you try to put, I like weed, and put weed in between every other letter in all caps. And it's funny because he'll be on with Crawfish. He'll be like, hey, Craw, where you get your weed from? We don't want you, we just want him. No, he's a little guy, you don't need to worry about him. No, but we want the guy he knows.
While Ice and his colleagues may be the biggest subset in the crew, most of the rest of Hillbilly Agenda are folks who have been rounded up individually. In fact, for anyone who's joined the crew in the past 12 months, this is the first time they've met the people they've talked to day in, day out for months. In fact, for one member of the crew, this entire trip was unthinkable until a month ago, because she only joined the crew in the past few weeks.
My name is Rachel Klein. My gamer tag is Roachy1216.
How'd you get Roachy1216?
Roach has been a nickname since high school, and it just kind of stuck with me. My friends all call me Roach, so the whole Rachel Roach thing, it just kind of... If you're drunk and stutter Rachel, it comes out Roach anyway, so it works.
Rachel is from a tiny town called Champion in rural Pennsylvania, the type of place where everyone knows your business. Like many young people who grow up in cloistered communities, from a young age she fell in love with video games and the vast variety of worlds they allowed her to explore.
Atari, I mean, that was, picked up the controller, that's all she wrote. I mean, I've been playing everything ever since. I had my own Sega in my bedroom when I was a little kid. That was just, the greatest thing. The Nintendo 64 is all about it. Mario, it's my stuff. I actually still have my original NES somewhere tucked away in the closet. I need to bust that out one of these days, but yeah. Excellent. I've always played games. Absolute favorite, hands down, is Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, really?
I played that, fell in love with it. I mean, I have countless hours on that game. I loved it. That was my absolute favorite game. And then GTA. Back in the day on PS2, playing with my dad, we would play GTA 3. We didn't have a memory card or anything, so we would just have like 18 hours of playing this game straight just to unlock the whole map, to kind of go around and explore and stuff. So I mean, that's just, it's the normal for me, the long haul. I'm good at that.
Like Warren, she too fell for the gorgeous open world of Red Dead Redemption, and once she completed the campaign, spent countless hours in the virtual playground that was its online mode. So when GTA 5 came around, it was an easy transition. Roachy played pretty frequently with an online friend in California. That was until one night when her friend wasn't online, and she bumped into a couple of Knoxes.
A couple weeks ago, I had my warehouse cargo built up, $2 million worth of product ready to sell.
A lot of product.
But sometimes they give you 3 trucks, so you need more than one person to make all the deliveries to get all your money.
Yeah.
And so I went into this lobby, and there's only a few people in there. And there's 2 guys that just happened to be Jester and Knox. And I sent them a text on the game, and I'm like, hey, do you want to help me sell this product? Do you need money?
Me and Jester are in a lobby, and we keep getting some annoying person saying, help me sell my stuff. Yeah. And we're finally like, okay, fine, we'll help this person. So we get into, we join their organization. I think she was doing a biker organization to sell. And I said, hey, Jester, let's go ahead and bring her into our party so we could talk. or not her, we didn't know who it was at the time. So I said, maybe it'll be a cool person, who knows, maybe it'll be a 12-year-old, we don't know.
Right.
So I hope it's not a squeaker. Hey guys.
Is that what you call 12-year-olds?
Yeah, if you're a squeaker, yeah. Hi guys. Hey, listen, we just want to say hi really quick. We're real busy right now, but we'll get right back with you.
Mute.
Delete.
It took a minute, I didn't hear a response, but I guess I found out later that was them kind of debating, you know, is this going to be a 12-year-old? Is this going to be a weird person? Like, do we really want to get involved with this person?
So she's like, hi, I've spent days all by myself gathering these crates so I could sell them. Right. So we go to her warehouse and it's $2 million. You're going to sell them all at once? She goes, yeah, it's just us and one other person lobby. And me and Jess are like, we got this, don't worry about it. So we go do the mission. She happens to get the tugboat mission. Okay.
It was a tugboat, which I can do that on my own. And me and Knox are on the boat and Jester's up in his chopper, just, you know, doing the badass blowing up shit.
Jester's in his buzzard. Oh man, I love the buzzard, it's great. Blowing up the jet skis, next thing we know, Jester destroyed the product.
Oh no.
And she's like, what?
Something happened to where one of the baddies on a Sea Shark came too close to my tugboat and Jester blew it up. Oh. $2 million worth of product destroyed.
She's like, oh my God, are you serious? And like the tugboat's going underwater and I'm swimming out. And she's like, I think I'm gonna cry. I'm like, Jester. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, that's $2 million.
$2 million wiped out, completely gone, yeah. And I was hurting for money at the time, so I was like devastated. And then Knox is like, oh man, I'm so sorry, like we're not noobs, this never happens. Like, you know, we're a really legit crew. And then he started telling me about like what they do and stuff, and I'm like, you know, stick with us, you know, we'll make up for it. You know, we do our crew sales all the time, like we all get together, we'll make up the $2 million. I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens.
He goes, well, I guess I know what I'm going to be doing for the next few days, helping you get crates. And so I'm like, welcome to Hillbilly Agenda.
I have like $4 million in the bank now, so they've more than made up for it, so we're good.
We meet Rochi, and then, you know, we're all gearing up for this, you know, crew weekend party that we're having.
With it already being, you know, the beginning of July, it was at the end of July, so I mean, there's heavy talk about this crew party, and I really didn't pay attention to it because I'm like all the way in Pennsylvania, like off on my own by myself. Didn't really think too much of it, and then Knox started throwing around the idea of, hey Rochi, you know, why don't you drive down and, you know, come to the crew party? I'm like, I am such an anxious, nervous driver as it is. Like I hate to even drive in Pittsburgh. I cannot imagine me making that journey the whole way down here. I'm like, that's completely out of the question, no way.
On our GroupMe app, for the thing she had put at the end of it, she said she's not going to be attending the party, because the whole time we're all talking about the party, who's going to bring this, and when are you coming in, and we're all excited about it.
And she's known you for like 2 weeks, right?
No, at that point, she's only known us for 9 days.
Okay.
9 days. I talked to Wizard, who is up in Connecticut, and this is his 3rd trip down. I said, you know, we tried to work out logistically to get her, he could pick her up on the way down 81, or, you know, I called her up and said, you know, hey, can I buy you a bus ticket? She goes, oh, that would be great. But I couldn't find any way to make it work without being like
the bus to like meet him.
Right, because we were gonna have him meet and pick her up, but it'd be like a 13-hour bus ride with like 4 connections.
So I'm thinking, you know, this is all pretty new. Do I really want to be like 9 hours in the car with someone I've never met?
Right.
Like that was kind of sketchy. But I was actually thinking, once I saw the whole Hillbilly Agenda website and like all the pictures from last year and stuff, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I would love to be a part of that.
I call her back up and I said, hey, listen, I can't make the bus thing work. You know, just not possibility. And she goes, well, okay, I understand. I go, aren't you close to Pittsburgh? And she's like, yeah, about 45 minutes. I said, okay, I'm flying you in. And she's like, what? I'm like, are you okay with that? And she's like, I've never flown before in my life. She goes, nobody in my family's ever flown before.
What? I'm like, I've never been on a plane in my life. There's no way. I'm like, no. He's like, well, you know, your ticket's already paid for. Thanks, Knox. You know.
And she explained to her family that she's getting on a plane to meet some internet GTA
right.
players.
So she goes, I said, are you excited about your trip? She goes, yeah, but the hardest part is convincing my family that I'm not joining a cult, or I'm going to end up in a bathtub full of ice with all my organs missing. So, you know, I told her, I said, look, just take them to our website. They can look and see that we're like normal people.
Right.
So
why go that extra mile? Like that's an incredibly generous thing to do for somebody.
Well, because I don't know, to me it's almost like I enjoy making people happy. It makes me happy. So in a way I'm kind of selfish because I'm doing it for me to make me happy. and in the result, other people benefit from it.
Is that why this like party happens every year?
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know, to me, it's something that I can do that people really appreciate it, and they just have so much fun. I mean, you guys can tell. I mean, it's just incredible atmosphere and camaraderie and just such a positive vibe that it just, I can't explain it. I love it.
This has been made with love and passion by Mrs. Ice.
That's right, Mrs. Ice.
Where is she?
She's hiding.
Dude, wow. That's impressive.
That is impressive.
Hold on. There we go. Slide the box out.
Dang.
Nice.
It's got the crew emblem on and everything.
I can't wait to eat it. Good job, Amy.
The crew party has been running for years. It started out in far more humble surroundings, but for the past 2 years, they've had access to this beautiful home, the residence of one of Warren's friends and customers, Mark Lemoncelli. Him and his father, Jim, are honorary members of the crew and happy to let Warren use the house, affectionately known by the crew as Lemonland. But most weeks, the crew members are back in their home states, working jobs, raising families, and finding time to play the game. It's been 4 years since the launch of GTA Online, and Rockstar have been pretty consistent about adding content to the game on a monthly basis. There's a lot to do. Players are able to just roam the world in free mode and take in all the activities that provides. There's a co-op story mission mode that uses characters from the game. Then there are jobs, instanced multiplayer events you can join, including death matches, races, horde modes, and sport activities. The game also now has a content creator that lets you create your own versions of these. In fact, the crew even has a team deathmatch variant made to mimic the crew party. Rockstar have added free DLC packs to the world, including Smuggler's Run, Cunning Stunts, and the incredibly popular heists. It's for this reason that there's always somebody from the crew online at any time. They run designated crew nights to get people together, and daily crew mornings for the die-hard AM players. To help organize activities, the crew has ranks, commissioners that solve disputes, get groups together, and generally keep the peace. So it's no wonder that so many of these folks not only fly and drive thousands of miles to attend the party, but bring their partners and kids along for the ride too.
You're a chef, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So do you
I work on the yacht.
Oh, you work on the yacht?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So are you like, you don't play on the yacht?
No.
No. So
I just cook all the food.
yeah. So do you work like funny hours?
Oh yeah, all the day.
Yeah.
Pretty much 7 days a week.
So when do you play with the guys?
When, as soon as I get off, you know, from 8 to 12, and then go back to work. That's our crew time, because Tennessee and Kentucky times are really close.
Right.
So that's the reason I got to play there. I started on PlayStation 3, and then all the friends disappeared. I just ran into Knox and Jester, and they just, ever since then, we've just been playing, you know, because who thought it went this far, you know? You don't think a game would bring you friends, but it really did. You know, it's a cool story.
So what is it about GTA Online that like years later you can still enjoy it?
They just keep updating it.
Right.
There's so many different things that they do, like the gun running. I haven't even started it.
Right.
You know, I've been away from it a little while, but you know, like the CEO work and the biker gang, and then, I mean, they just keep updating. It's like buying a new game all the time.
It's weird that like I feel like I was growing up and my parents were telling me like don't meet people on the internet. Yeah. And these folks are like their parents all met on the internet.
Exactly. Exactly. That's, you know, like we were talking briefly last night about stuff, you know, it's kind of one of those scary instances where you really don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
I guess it's like dating on the internet.
Yeah.
You know? But you don't know what's going to happen, and then when you finally meet these people, they're good people.
Yeah.
Just in case I don't get it. There's plenty more.
So what is it about Grand Theft Auto Online, do you think, that like your crew enjoys? Because we've heard that there's some of the crew that have played other games like, you know, Ghost Recon Wildlands or Rainbow Six Siege, a couple of them. What is it about like Los Santos?
I think Rockstar has just really have set this standard where nobody has this open sandbox where you can just go in and do whatever you want. You can just buy clothes and drive cars and just talk to people and do things together. And where other games, they're just focused on one thing. I mean, you can go in Grand Theft Auto and, hey, let's play a round of golf. Right. Or, you know, hey, let's go check out my new car. I got to take it for some laps on the Los Santos Speedway. You know, and you get to just experience stuff that you don't get to with any other game. And we'll have people like, oh, I can't wait for this new Star Wars game to come out. And we're like, okay, we'll see you in about a week. Because after a while. And the other thing too is if you were playing Grand Theft Auto and you weren't in a crew,
right, then
the game you would play the single player and you'd complete it in a few weeks or whatever, and then you go online and you're just going to get repeatedly killed over and over again. You know, and it wouldn't be any enjoyment. But when you are actually going to do stuff with your crew, I mean, we have it where if somebody hits rank 100, all right, we're going to take a limo ride down to the Vanilla Unicorn and do shots. Right. You know, so we all celebrate. We go down and have fun together, and you know, just. Now it's very difficult to get all the way down there without getting the cops on you, but we really try to maintain our discipline.
Knox is a fan of adventures in the game and in reality. In fact, the crew has provided him with a new mission to visit as many of the crew members in their hometowns as possible. And it all started with his vanity plate.
I had an idea one time. You make your custom plate. I was like, I want to make one for my car.
Right.
So I go and make one for my car. Then I go in the game and I find a car that's similar to mine and I put it on there and I get like a side by side, you know, in real life and then the game one. And I sent it to Rockstar and they had did a little article on it. And I was like, you know, I just need to do that for all my crew members. That way, it's like once you've been in long enough, Knox is gonna pay you a visit and I don't care where you live, I'm gonna come to you. I don't have to get a hotel. I don't have to get a rental car. I don't know their financial situation, so I'm assuming I'm gonna buy the food, I'm gonna pay for the gas, I'm gonna cook for them in their house.
While on these trips, Knox attempts to do the plate ceremony in an iconic place. In fact, at the party, one such ceremony went ahead with Mr. and Mrs. Clips getting their plates while jumping into the pool. He's been upping the ante of the plate ceremonies for the past couple of years, and they're getting increasingly ridiculous. On a recent trip to Canada, Knox gave DJ his plate on top of a glacier. But as Knox learned, that's a difficult thing to explain to an immigration officer.
I get to the airport and I'm get to customs, right? So first you go through immigration. So I get to immigration, business or pleasure. Oh, I'm here for pleasure. Okay, who are you here to see? I go, DJ. They're like, DJ? I'm like, oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Daryl Orlando. They go, how do you know? How long have you known him? I said, about a year. They go, where'd you meet him? I go, online. So like, okay, grilling me. Okay, what are you here for? Who do you see? What do you do? He's like, okay, do you have anything that you're bringing? I'm like, yeah, let's see, I've got a license plate, some pens and pads. Oh yeah, some moonshine, some shot glasses. He goes through and okay, come over here.
Wait. Are you telling me you're allowed to fly internationally with moonshine?
Yeah. You know, I'm from Tennessee, come on, it's not natural everywhere. So DJ wanted some, he's my crewmate. I gotta bring him the moonshine.
Yeah.
So I'm here to visit my good friend Daryl Orlando. Because they even said, well, where does Daryl Orlando live? I'm like, Canada. They're like, what part? I'm like, well, I guess Calgary. They go, do you have his address? I'm like, no.
Picking me up.
He's picking me up. I don't know. I said, I guess I could have found it. Maybe I could look in an email. I don't know.
It's a good thing. It's like, what did you do? They didn't ask like, what did you do the last time you hung out with Daryl? And you were like, oh, we shot some.
Oh yeah, we ran some drugs and we did some gun running. It was great. Yeah, so what I'll do, you know, I'll make them their plate and I'll bring it to them.
You fly as well, right?
Right, I fly. And flying, if I'm gonna fly to a crewmate, it really has to be the right conditions with the weather. But now I did deliver one to Jester, he's in North Carolina. And me and my son, I rented a plane and he co-piloted for him, which is, I mean, that's a really great bonding, father and son in a plane by yourself, having your son teaching him how to co-pilot. And we flew and met Jester and his family and we've been like really close ever since.
He's come down with the whole family.
Oh, he's been down plenty of times and I go up there. And one time he called me and, oh no, we were online, he kept getting disconnected. And he goes, because he's probably about 5-hour drive from Knoxville. And he kept getting disconnected. And I said, are you on Wi-Fi? He goes, yeah. I go, you need to run a wire. He goes, I don't think there's any way to run a wire. I said, I'll be there tomorrow. So I just drove up there and ran a wire and spent the night and came back.
Oh, that's so nice.
And then he hasn't had a problem since.
Hold on a second. Show our appreciation for being the best crew leader, right? you always, you're so kind. And everybody in here, I've talked to every single person. They can't believe your loving spirit, how you love to give, and what you give to each one of us. And we really appreciate you. And we put something together, and Jester, with his master carpenter skills, has got something for you.
Oh my God.
A little H bag.
That is awesome. For you. Holy cow. Everybody signed it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's some funny ones on there.
When did you all sign it? I didn't see that.
You were there. You were busy cooking.
And there's your little something from all of us. And we appreciate everything you do.
Thank you so much, guys.
Love
Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think everybody just coming out, and especially the people traveling from all over. That's a long drive just to come to a party. I mean, Wizard. This is Wizard's third trip. So by the time he gets home, it's like 6,000 miles for a crew trip.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So I mean, you guys are honestly like family. You really are. So I really
the same way,
appreciate
man.
it.
You're the same way.
Thanks.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
As the evening settled in, some stragglers struck around to get a few games in, but most folks went home for an early night to prepare for the next day's activities, a boat trip atop of Tennessee's beautiful Norris Lake. Knox has a small boat on the lake, but he refuses to call it his own. It's the crew boat, ordained with Hillbilly Agenda logos. He allows any crew member to take it out for free whenever they want. The only condition is you fill it up with gas when you're done and take a photograph of you and your family having fun. After a full day on the lake with the crew, we went back to his place for a rest. It was Sunday night, the night where he updates the crew's stats sheets. Ever since they started, he's logged every crew member's stats, from distance travelled to how likely they are to evade police. He actually created a formula which pulls data from Rockstar Social Club and produces even more results than they do. More than just entertainment, Grand Theft Auto Online has provided Knox and his crewmates with genuine human interaction, friends for life, family, and shared experiences that they and their children will remember forever. But that's all co-op gaming is at the end of the day, really, isn't it? Shared experiences, spending time with the people you love, going on adventures, having stories to tell. And while other games can certainly scratch that itch, the open sandbox nature of GTA Online and the near constant updates make it unparalleled in the eyes of Hillbilly Agenda. In fact, when it comes to other video games, there's only one game the crew wants to talk about.
I get my Game Informer magazine, and like I'm always looking through every page, like I want some Red Dead info, I want some Red Dead, and there's nothing ever in there. So I just, whatever, just wait for it, I guess. But very, very impatiently waiting for Red Dead 2. Yeah, I'm so excited. I will be there first day.
The thing about it is it's still a Rockstar product, it's still a social club product, and when we play that game, we're still Hillbilly Agenda. We'll still have the Hillbilly Agenda tag, we'll still have our stats, and we'll just be H-Bag in the Wild West. I mean, that's just pretty badass. You know, I don't know how they're gonna, if we're gonna have like neon lights on the horses, or how they're gonna be able to, swoop your horse up, or maybe a H-Bag belt buckle or something. And we'll have to, dedicate it, like certain nights we'll do Grand Theft Auto, certain nights we'll do this, but we're still Hillbilly Agenda, and we'll have a modern version and a Western version, so it'll be great. It'll be really good. keep joking with people going, I've read on the internet there's other games for PS4 besides Grand Theft Auto. Is it true, or is that like a rumor, you know? Because that's the only game I play.
No Destiny for you, or?
No, we've lost a couple players to Destiny, so that's kind of a sore spot.
Get them off guard. That's when you use those. We're at the edge of the map. We got to come back there. Let me. Come back here. We hold out here. Nathan, come down this way. No. Yeah, well, it's closing in on us. Yeah, we're gonna run out. We can't do that. Yeah, they're just gonna wait on us. Yeah, they can. We're gonna have to go that way. Guys, we gotta go. Yeah. Let's go. Looks like they're right at the top of this hill. They're in the construction site. Yeah, they just can hit us with a rail gun. Nice, so we're still alive. Yeah, we're gonna go. Come on, Knox. What are you doing? Get down there. Not down there, we're right here. Is there 4 of you in that vehicle? Yeah. 3. Oh. I didn't worry. Yeah, you all need to get another vehicle. One get hit and all 4 of you are dead. We're at the edge of the map, yes, so we gotta turn. They're on the other side.